What's up, guys? It's Amon-Rellik the Godslayer. Amon-Rellik Gaming. We are playing a new game here. A game called Once Human. It is an open world survival game in which you face off against the hordes of star-falling deviations, as they're called. They're like freaky creatures that are like a twisted version of another realm in our world. You'll see things like humans with suitcases for faces. Or you'll see like humanoids with suitcases for faces, or humanoids with uh, high beams for a head. Like it's wacky stuff. Cool shit, but kind of freaky, kind of scary. It's got all of your staple survival mechanics: food, water, as you can see, food, water, crafting, gathering, all of those staple things. But there are a few things that are special to this game. One is the deviations, which you see in those cases over there. You'll come across those in the world as you journey around and do things. Some of them require certain things to be done before you find them, and then certain things sometimes they'll just pop up at random. I like it. I was surprised by it because this game started out as a mobile game, and so I was surprised that they actually tried to, or I should say that they actually converted this game or a mobile game into a full-on game that I could say it's actually trying to be a real game at this point. But I want to start this one off with a specific bit of knowledge here.
Some people have latched onto a simple fact and distorted it beyond belief. That Rosetta was involved in researching Stardust before Starfall.
Okay. The radio is because they like the radio on. These beautiful guys here, they like to have the radio on. This is one called a Xeno. I think it's called a Xeno Purifier. It's actually a samurai guy who will run around with you and he'll cut stuff up, and pretty cool. A couple of these aren't actually combat deviations, which are like pets, kind of. Technically, they're like pets that you can use in combat or you can use for other things. Like the little square-headed one is he's outside gathering. The other one, you hear him sweeping. That was this one here. He's outside actually keeping my place clean. And basically what he does is he repairs any like wear and tear on my base. As my base wears and tears over time, he'll repair it. And he'll also like give me scavenge items for me. He's outside. This square-headed one is outside getting ores. This bear is outside getting wood and other things like that. So I have two of them out there getting ores right now. And so that's how you'll have basically to have one that's rolling with you, and it'll teach you how to do it. You'll come over here and you'll hit G to either put it back in the cage, or G to put it in your little backpack. As you can see, if I can get my backpack on the screen here. Let me try it over here. See, you can probably see it better. No. Oh, there you go. You can probably see it better if I did like this. As you can see in my backpack, he's in my backpack. And then I can cast him out with the E button, and he'll attack everything that's attacking me or I'm attacking. And he'll cut things up and he'll do all kinds of stuff. It's pretty cool. Everyone has like its own abilities and things of that nature. So you'll be like, there's a lot of different moving parts to a build that you can make, and these deviations can be a part of that build. But one of the things I wanted to focus on, because the game will teach you a lot, but one of the things I wanted to focus on is some of the things that I had to kind of trial and error that I kind of want to show people in this video. First and foremost is you're going to get a ton of different types of currencies. When you're like outside gathering, you're going to be getting a thing called asteria. You're going to be getting a thing called asterism, or asterian or asterism, whatever it's called. This stuff, you want to go through your tutorials. Go through them, because it's going to open up different things to you. And one of the things is when you open up this escape screen is the stellar stairway. The reason why you want to come in here is because as you get a certain amount of this Asterium, you can come in here and turn it in and transform it into Starcrom. You'll just come over here and hit this. And as you see, it's giving me, so I got up to 2,000 Starcrom. Now, while you're building your base by pressing the button, the B button, if you're on a keyboard and mouse, you're gonna want to do your best to try and find a way to get where is it at? Function facility, and you want to get this down as soon as possible. And you'll get all these parts just by running around gathering stuff and breaking it down in the disassembly thing here. Because the reason why you want to get this down is because that Starcrom that you get, that I showed you can transform from the Asterium, you can come in here and you can play this game. It's like a whack-a-mole game, and it'll give you select one of these rewards. It'll give you randomly one of these rewards here in this pool. There's different types that'll cost different ones. Like this one, it costs 500 to spend. For the limited time one, 500 for that one. This one as well, 500, as you can see. This one here, 500, and they'll all give you different things, and you can kind of see on the limited time ones. You can see what you could possibly win for a jackpot or ultimate rewards, which means like some good weapons and stuff like that. Or you can hit the G button on this thing, and you can pick a weapon specifically that you want the blueprint for. Now, of course, it's going to be a little bit more expensive that way, but you can get lower versions like these here. Sniper rifles, heavy weapons, melee weapons, all those different things. Now, there's a night and day cycle, of course, and the temperature will change. So that's one thing you want to make sure that you're doing, is making sure you're doing that. Another thing is, if you want to level quickly, always you want to pull up your map, go to your task, go to commissions, jump to commissions. Now, all mine are done right now, but you'll get a whole list of different, basically like side tasks, and you can only pick one at a time. Because if you try to, let's say you saw one, but you didn't pick it, and you went to go do it, it won't count unless you pick it and have it, selected as your task, as your commission. And it's only going to be that one. So you had to do them one at a time. You can't do them all at once. You have to do them one at a time. You have to pick them, do them one at a time. And you'll get tons of EXP, as you can see. Tons of EXP, Staroid, things of that nature. And you'll want to do that in tandem with going on the map and knocking out like your main quests, or like the side quests. Right here, these blue ones, these side quests, things of that nature, in tandem with those. So let's say you find a blue quest out here, right? Let's say you have a blue quest out here, and the quest sends you to an area where there's going to be deviations to fight, right? or deviants, I'm sorry, to fight. Because there's a difference between deviations, these things, and the deviants that we fight outside. But let's say it's taking you to an area where you know there's going to be deviants. Then you'll want to go ahead, hit your journey button, go to task, go to commissions, pop this open, and find one in here that says, you know, kill 30 deviants. You know, click it, make sure it's accepted and in progress, and then you can go out and do that. That way you can get the reward for that and the commission, the main mission and the commission at the same time. You know, that's how you can kind of like, you know, kind of speed your leveling up. Also, make sure that you're coming in here, looking at your journeys and accepting your rewards for your journey. You'll see that this little icon here that'll let you know. This little gift icon will let you know if you have something you can claim. And you want to do that. And what you also want to do is pay attention to your battle pass. Now there's a free battle pass and then there's a paid battle pass. And what I got the silk white gloves, which is I believe this is a skin. I got some fuel, which you'll need for your cars. And I got a featherweight. Allows you to carry heavier loads. Alright, cool. And you'll start off getting a motorcycle, but later on, you'll legit get cars, like I have here. You'll legit be able to get cars and things of that nature. You'll have to build a garage and all of that. The world's pretty decent. Like I said, the world's pretty cool. And I'll show you the deviants, what they look like, in contrast to the deviations. Like the deviations, you'll notice them because they'll be little bitty guys, little bitty cute guys, like this. There's our little deviation. He's out here sweeping and mopping. And our other one is out here hammering away. But when it comes to the deviants, you're gonna notice something very, very different about them. They look more creepy, more ugly. As you can see, this is a humanoid guy with a helmet for a head. With a light bulb, well, a light for a head. And you're basically running around killing, scavenging, cutting down trees, things of that nature, picking up plants, you know, to get seeds and stuff like that. You'll be hitting rocks, you'll be banging on rocks. You know, you'll be banging on rocks to get stuff, banging on trees to get stuff, making sure you keep your tools up. It's all, you know, it's all basic. If you played a survival game before, a lot of the basic stuff is here in this. The map's pretty big. If you want to see, like, here's me, and then I can zoom out. So that's a decently big map, and there's more to it. There's all these places up here, and what it looks like here is we might even have extensions coming soon at some point. It seems this map might be getting bigger as they go along. So, you know, you got a lot. You know, to start with. For a free-to-play survival game, you got a lot to start with. Now, mind you, the game also has a very nice presentation. but I think it's coming from the fact that they're, because it's free to play, because the game is free to play, it has to rely a lot on its microtransactions. And so, like for instance, if we were to click this, this is kind of like, you know, this is kind of like how they kind of push the microtransactions, or should I push you to get them. They have a decent amount of showmanship. I'll give you that. Like when it comes to like games that try to like put their microtransactions in your face, this is a game that like when you actually do decide to look at their shop can be a rather showy, a rather like it can be a rather showy type of a very showy expedition there, because like you can look at loot crates. It's all in there, yeah, all that's in there together. There's loot crates and things of that nature. There's of course the battle pass, the ability to top up, and of course events. Another thing, and I'll probably make this the last part of the learning process here. Make sure that if you're going to play with friends, make sure that one of you starts first. Both of you don't want to start at the exact same time. And the reason why, I'm going to show you. I'm going to exit. There's a reason why. I'm going to show you the reason. If you see where it says novice, this is the server I'm on. I'm playing with my friend Snake, and I'm starting on his server. And what I have to do is I have to not only pick this server, but I need to make sure that I'm on this right server. I need to go into the game, right? And this is for the person who starts first. You need to start a game, then you need to look up here at the very top right where your mini map is. You see where it says World 7? You need to make sure that the person who's going to start with you is not only starting in the same server number as you, but that they're also starting on the same world number, like World 7 here. And they'll see it when they actually pick the actual server. Is going to ask them which world they want to go to, and they'll have to pick the same world number as you. That is how you end up in the same server together. Then you'll have to find each other on the map, or you'll be able to like actually like add each other, going into this menu, going to get united, go to friends. You can type their name in, you'll find them, and then you can add them to your hive, which is basically like your clan. You can add them to your clan, and you'll have them in your friends list. And what's cool about this is you can go to Hive, and if they're online, you can do quick team up, and it will team you up with whoever's online in your clan with you. So that's a really cool thing. And let's say you build a base like I built here, but I don't want to stay here because I'm in a low level zone and I want to get into a higher level zone. What you'll do is you'll go into your building. You'll go into your building thing here. You'll go over to House Blueprint, and you see how I have these blueprints saved of this. These blueprints are saved, basically save files of this building. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna save all. You can save either a single building or you can save all. I'm gonna save all, and I'm gonna say upgrade. We'll call it upgrade 3. Well, doesn't matter. And then I'll say, yep. And you'll see it right here. This is everything, right? Now, what I can do at this point is, now that it's saved, what I can do is I can go anywhere on this map. I can go anywhere on this map where there's space for me to do this. Then I can pop this back open, and you see where it says enter territory relocation? I can enter that in, and it'll bring up this entire building. And I can set this building back down somewhere else. That's great. But it's also this is also a good thing for another reason. The game naturally has server wipes. I think it's like every 3 months they have a server wipe. Now, you don't lose any of the things that you earned, but it's going to wipe the server of all buildings. And that's to keep the server stable, I guess. So what you'll do is, if you're still playing the game, what you'll do is you'll log in, your building will be gone, and you can hit B or open up your building menu, and you can choose to load that building that we just saved and set it right back down. And you got your base right back, just as new. So it's a great little tool to remember that you can have for the game. But I wanted to make sure you understood where, like, a lot of these at. Also, check your mail all the time. You'll get items in the mail. And of course, you can go into your inventory and you can see, like, go to this star right here. This is where your special items are, and you can start, popping these chests open that you get and stuff like that. You can start, like, getting these formulas and and using the formulas, so you'll learn. Formulas are like basically like schematics. Allows you to learn how to make things of that nature. Like, you wanna always come in here and make sure that you're doing that. Your gear, of course, you can craft weapons and armor. And not only can you craft these weapons and armor, but you can bring them up in tiers. And the way you can tell how high of a tier you can make something is the little stars you see right there. The higher those level stars, the higher the tier you can push these things and things of that nature. Like, you can push them pretty high. Well, that, and it allows you to see how many times you can calibrate. Because what calibration allows you to do, if you notice, is it allows you to up the base stats of the weapon. You can also mod these weapons. So let's say we want to go over to gear, and we're going to right click to modify this gun, and we can put a mod on the gun. Then we can come over here, and let's say you have a different ammo type. You can come down here to ammo, and you can switch the ammo type. Like, I have regular copper rifle rounds, but then I have also armor piercing copper rifle rounds. So I can choose, like for instance, I would use my AP rounds if I was fighting a boss. But if I'm just running around killing stuff with the weapon, I'll just use regular copper rifle rounds. And you can do that for all your weapons. You can also add optics, muzzles, tactics, and of course a magazine customization. You can put skins on these weapons and stuff like that as well. You usually get 2 long range weapons and a melee. And as you can see, these weapons have abilities. Like, if I hover over my M416, I can then hit the A button, and it'll take me over to the weapon features, and it'll basically show me what the weapon has a special ability to do. This weapon has the ability that every time I shoot and hit an enemy with a bullet, there's a chance for an ice crystal vortex to come up, and for it to spawn crystals that I can shoot, ice crystals that I can shoot that do AoE ice damage. So you're gonna have weapons like these that like you can legit make full builds around. And you'll also want to make sure that the mods can supplement that as well, and of course mods on your actual armor, because you can mod your armor as well. You can improve your armor as well, and you're gonna want to mod your armor and weapons as well to enhance things that you might have or things that you might want to focus on in your build. This is without doubt a respectable. This is a respectable. This is a respectable free to play, especially considering the fact that it came from a mobile game. Now, when you're out in the world and you're fighting, you're gonna be going to some of these areas that have giant bosses. You've probably seen some of them. As you get within range of them, they're going to start draining your sanity meter. If you notice at the bottom, you have the little fist, you have your little arm, your muscle clenching a fist. That is your stamina. So when you're running around, that's going to go down. And of course, you'll get slower if you get thirsty. So you need to make sure you eat and drink so that you can, as you can see, now I can run faster now because, as you can see, I'm not as thirsty anymore. But that first one is your stamina, and that second one is your sanity. As your sanity gets lower, your maximum health will get lower. And it'll get to the point to where a single hit will kill you. So what you want to do is you want to find food and different recipes for your stove that you can come over here and you can cook different types of food and things of that nature. You want to find different types of food that you can cook that'll say like let's look at like grilled mushrooms. You see where it says sanity plus 200? You want to get food and stuff like that to get rid of your sanity while you're out in the field. But let's say you come home, when you're building your base, one of the first things you want to do is build a bed, because then you can lay down in the bed and your sanity and health will refill over time. Now, what I also want to show you is how you learn things. You'll hold the tab button and you'll bring up this wheel and you'll go to cradle, and then cradle will bring up your mimetic. And what you do with your mimetics is this is basically your talent tree, basically. Now you see this thing up here at the top right, the top left. These are your mimetic specializations. These are like passives that you can put on your character, and once you put them on, you can't freely take them off unless you have currencies to reset them. Now, if you notice, I have one here for bed. Sleep for more than 10 seconds to cure all diseases and reduce stamina depletion for the next 10 minutes. I like that because sometimes you'll come home and you'll have, cause like this game has status effects that you'll have as you get weaker, as you get lower in health, and as your insanity grows, you'll get like gas. You'll get like you can get nauseated. Like let's say you ate some spoiled food. You can get nauseated, things of that nature. Like you'll get different types of like detrimental effects that might take a long time to get rid of. But because I have this, when I go lay down, 10 seconds later, I'm completely cured of everything. So that's why I have that one. I like that one. I have this one, the careful disassembly. This basically it gives me a plus 30% yield when I'm disassembling parts, fabrics, plastics. This is great because you're gonna need a lot of parts and stuff from breaking down the scrap that you come across, and this is great to like make sure you don't run out of stuff when you're crafting. And then I have this one, flamethrower trap, has a plus 30% damage, and when the flamethrower trap kills an enemy, it explodes the enemy. As explosion is triggered, doing blast damage in the AoE around to all nearby enemies. This is great for when, like, because your base can get attacked by the enemies, and It's mainly built for the traps and stuff like that, and the defenses, because you'll see that in your tree, in your mimetic tree, you'll see something that'll say like I'll go over the building. You'll see basic defense, and you can put fortifications up, and then you can put up defensive traps like the flamethrower trap, the gravitational grip, spike trap, things of that nature. And that's for, let's say you want to, because you can build your base practically anywhere, except in actual areas of the map that like there's missions and stuff. But like, let's say you build your base right next to a place where enemies spawn not too far away. And so let's say these enemies happen to aggro onto your base. These traps will make sure that the base, remains intact. And you can actually build inside of some of these zones that give you insanity. Some of these zones, because there's certain areas that once you walk into them, they're heavily polluted, and they basically, just being in the zone by itself will drag your insanity down. And so you'll be able to build certain things that will basically protect your base from that insanity. So while you're in your base, if you happen to build your base in an insanity zone, it'll protect you from going insane while you're in your base, at least, or while you're in your territory. It'll protect you from that kind of thing. It'll protect you from the enemies that spawn. Of course, you want to make sure that you got all of your different deviations. You want to make sure that when you look into their things, you want to see at the bottom the environment they like. Like this one likes when I use red lights in the house. It likes when I have toys around, and it likes it when I plant flowers. That's what this paper doll likes. Some of them likes music. Some of them like music. Like you see how some of them like their mood and stuff's going down. If I pop on the music, their music will stay on. I'm gonna go ahead and unsync him. There you go. But like, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the things they like, so that they can, keep their health and their, so you can keep their health and stuff up. And this particular one just attacks basically, and now that I'm back synced again, it's in my backpack, and I can just cast him, summon him out. I'll kind of show you what he looks like. When you summon some of these, like for instance, if I summon him out, and he'll follow me around. And he'll attack anything. He'll do like a disappearing, reappearing slashes and stuff. He'll basically attack anything that comes near me, and I can put him away and recall him back to the cradle. And he's back in the cradle. And then when we're done with him, we can put him back in here. And you'll see the light pop back on, let you know that he's in there. Boom goes dynamite. And so yeah, you'll just be constantly going to the leveling up. And each time you level up, you'll get mimetics. So you'll want to level up, run over here, get in your mimetics, see what you can learn how to get better tools. And then once you learn how to craft better tools and how to craft different things, you'll want to go to your supply bench, go to your crafting, click on the tool icon, and you'll want to start making like better and better tools. You'll start off with a crude, then you'll move up slowly but surely. Like for instance, I need to start making steel pickaxes now. You'll see cars that you can repair on the street. You can repair the car, and once you repair a car fully, you own the car basically. And you'll need these universal vehicle repair drills to do it. But you have to get the intermediate version of the supply thing, so you'll have to wait until you get that in order to get that. Over here is your main terminal, and you'll want to use this. You can upgrade the terminal to basically give you more space to build and make bigger builds. Then there's an actual vault in here that you can store things in. And then there's you hit details, you can see what your limit is. Like I have a limit of 700 structures now. I have a limit of 26 facilities, things of that nature. And it'll tell you exactly where you are on the map, all of that good stuff. And I can name my territory as well. It's a great thing. It's a cool thing. Makes you feel at home. So guys, that's basically how this all starts. And again, you'll get better gear. Again, like I said, if you just keep making sure that you keep your eye on any type of rewards that you'll get from your journeys and your commissions and your tutorial task and your journey task, and just always keep looking in these different places, and because they're gonna keep throwing rewards at you at different places and different things. And then again, like the Asterium, making sure you're turning it into Starcrom so that you can then use the you can then use the little game machine there and all of that. You want to make sure that you're doing all of that so that you constantly you're progressing, because there's, as you can see, there's quite a bit of progression systems in this game. So just make sure that you're always keeping an eye out for those things, and keep making sure that you don't let your sanity get too out of hand when you're out there exploring. And you should be good to go. Thanks for watching. Amon-Rellik the God Slayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming. I got some more videos coming. Just some more long form videos of me hanging out and playing this game. And I've got a couple of more games that are in the works. Thanks for watching. Amon-Rellik the God Slayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming. We out.